RJ, what's different for you going into year two? How's your game changed? How's your approach changed? Just what's different between the end of the freshman season now going into your sophomore season?
I'd say like taking a bigger role as a leader for the new guys coming in, teaching the culture that we had in the last couple of years that Brad has been here, and just leading to the right way of like Brad's way of winning. That's like basically what Brad always teaches. Like we care about winning and playing hard every time. So just implementing that in all the freshmen and the new guys that came in.
It seems like in the exhibition you guys threw out a lot of full court press or press. What kind of led to that change and how comfortable you kind of feel in that system?
Knowing that this year without Kofi, we're gonna play a lot faster. Brad implemented like we're gonna press this year, so it's just something that we've been working since the beginning of the summer, pressing full court, and it's something that you're gonna be seeing a lot from us.
RJ, a lot of newcomers on this team. How would you assess the chemistry heading into game one? Is that something that's going to take some time to develop, you think?
I don't think so. We've been together the whole summer and practices, so I feel like just the first game, everybody has to like nervous and being at State Farm for the first time around fans. And it's just like last year I had the same nervous of being around fans for the first time at State Farm Center, so they already got all that nervousness out of their system, so I think they're going to be fine for next game, and really good group of freshmen and incomers, so I think they'll be fine.
It seems like last year you guys had one defense. You did it very well, but you generally played kind of the same way defensively. What do you personally like about having different types of defense to throw at opponents?
It's pretty good actually. Makes him having to change different sets because sometimes you gotta just either not switching or switching, so it makes it harder for them. And being as athletic that we are right now, I feel like it's a great option.
With that pressing, or the challenges, and maybe getting to point where you're running that a lot, and just what advantages do you feel like it gives you guys?
I feel like it gives a lot of big advantage for us since we're gonna play faster. That'll give them more possessions since we'll make other teams turn the ball over more and like make them play faster because of the press. I feel like it's gonna be great for us to get to the percentage that we wanted to get last year, of like points per game.
And we talked before the exhibition about just what you wanted to do, or what you thought you might see out of the freshmen. What you make of them? And Sincere seems like a guy who's pretty interested in defense. What was it like to kind of see him on the floor and maybe even go against him in practice?
Pretty good athlete. He's a great guy. I don't know why it reminded me a lot of Trent Fraser a little bit, but still got a lot of work to do. Like I said, it's like just like me last year, a lot of freshmen, so got a lot of work to do, got to learn to do, but it reminds me a lot of him, the effort and like the grit that he has for defense on the defensive side. Like he's a great guy. He's going to be a great defensive player in the Big Ten.
It seems like he kind of leans into it with the headband and number
yeah,
one.
I was saying that, and the shoot around looked just like Trent Fraser with a little headband.
I mean, with all the newcomers on the team, freshmen and transfers, in the exhibition, it was you and Coleman kind of leading the way. Did you feel like that was something maybe that you had to do that maybe both of you guys had to do?
Nah, I think like anybody on the team could do that, but it's just how the game flowed, and veterans like know how it flows. So I feel like me and Coleman already knew like how it was gonna be settled, so we had to like take a little leadership in there and just make sure that the guys follows us, and the super seniors like Matt Meyer and Terrence Shannon, they know how it goes, so they were just like following up with us, and I feel like they're great people to follow as well, because sometimes me and Coleman won't have a great game and we won't have to follow them because maybe they'll be having a great game, so it's just how it goes.
So with having so many new players integrated into this team, I mean, was that kind of a weird transition? I guess what was that kind of like for you, you guys during the season?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously it's just a whole new team, but I feel like having a lot of new guys is a great opportunity to discover new things as a new team, and that's what we've been working on the whole summer.
RJ, what do you know about the opponent, Eastern Illinois? Have you guys took a deep dive into the scouting report on them?
we gonna start recruiting on start scouting report on them. So not a specific word on them, but I've been lately watching film on them. So pretty good team.
RJ, how does a post-Kofi world affect the glass and what your responsibility on the wing is in that regard?
Affects pretty a lot actually, because we knew Kofi could have gotten 20 rebounds any game, and now we don't have that player. So I feel like our wings have a larger role on the rebounding side, and I feel like one of the guys that was doing a great job on it is Ty Rogers. He's a great rebounder, so he's been doing it all summer, and I think he's going to be great at the whole year.
RJ, a lot of guys say the game slows down when you go from freshman and on through your years. Have you noticed that when you're out there? Does the game slow down? Is it any different for you?
I don't think so. I think the game goes a little bit more faster now, since I know how everything goes, but at the same time it slows down a little bit, because now that I'm already used to playing in these type of scenarios, then I know how opponents will deal with adversity, and I know how I gotta deal with adversity. So it's just knowing how to keep your mindset in the game and not like let the outside get into you. So yeah, it slows down a little bit because of that.
If I remember right, you spent a lot of time in Champaign in the spring and summer. Is that like, what did you want to accomplish? What was the biggest things you set out that you wanted to do here that you maybe couldn't do elsewhere?
I just want to work on my body with Fletch and keep working, because a lot of people maybe use that time to go on vacation and then have time with the family, but I was really determined on other goals and just working on my body, working on my game, because I knew I had a little bigger role this year, so I had to put that work in.
In the past few years, you know, the team has seen leaders at the point guard position, like I'd assume Trent Frazier. Is there a guy in specific you think is going to step up in that role this year, like maybe Sky Clark, or is it more of like a collective group effort?
I'd say it's more like a collective group, because like I said, freshmen still got a lot to learn, a lot to figure out. They're great players. They're going to help us a lot during the year, but I feel like it's going to be more of a team effort this year as a leadership role, and just everybody stay together through the hard times.
The coaches have talked about the value for you to battle Terrence in practice through the offseason. How did you see that, and what did you gain from going up against him?
I mean, I feel like just getting me better every day. He's a guy that goes hard every day, doesn't take a play off, doesn't care who you are, doesn't care if you're his teammate. He's just going to go hard every time. So I feel it's gotten me better on the defensive side and offensive side, and it's growing a lot of toughness in me.
I guess, you know, again with the press, is there like a guy on the team you see like they're just maybe thriving in that it just was running a full court press was just built for them?
Wait for you to be there real quick.
Is there a guy on the team that just seemed to be thriving, you know, running that press defensively, just as they were built for it maybe?
I would say like closest like Sincere in the wings, like Sincere, Ty Rogers, TJ. Me and Collins is a great ball pressure in the press, so I feel like everybody's kind of adjusted into it. So I wouldn't say like a specific person onto the press. So it's just more of a collective thing. Cause like if one guy's thriving through a press, the other guys are just gonna not be collectively together in the press. So you gotta have a whole group thing. But more so, I'll say like Sincere. He's like more on the defensive side.
What was that like in the summer for you guys to kind of reimagine both offensively and defensively, and maybe learn not a new playbook, but just a much different playbook?
It was kind of complicated because we didn't know exactly how we were gonna like figure it out at the beginning, because like it was like a lot of new pieces, but Brandon we just kept going with us, kept practicing, kept leading us to a way that he has an image of it from this year's team, and we just followed him and just been working a lot.
Anything else for RJ?